I feel like we were just here 2 years ago trying to fight for higher wages. This continued fight, can you just kind of talk to it?
I think the biggest thing is a lot of us teachers, not only are we obviously educating our community kids, but we live in the community, our kids go to school here, and we want to see that the money that brought in from the state, our taxpayers' dollars, are actually going to our kids, to our staffs, to give these kids the best opportunities out there.
The fact that they're kind of, in ways, numbers-wise, at least like they're kind of lowballing you, they had over a 10% raise, you guys are getting just under 2. I mean, just talk about just that discrepancy, because it feels like you guys just like, okay, we can give you whatever at this point. That's the way it kind of looks.
I think the hard thing as a long-term teacher, this is my 19th year in the district, is that I'm starting to see the surrounding districts making some districts substantially more money than us. And now I'm kind of almost thinking back to, did I make a mistake when I joined this district? Again, I think I work with phenomenal teachers, and I just want to see that, again, our taxpayer money is going to our students, our staff, and that we stay up at the times. I don't think we're asking for more than anyone around us. We want to be on par with our peers, and dropping below our peers to us is just not acceptable.
When you see neighboring cities like Antioch specifically getting more, and I mean, yeah, it's 2 high schools, but here it's 3 high school districts. I mean, and just focusing on high schools. When you see that, how deflating, how disappointing is it that your own district isn't kind of stepping up to at least match what they're doing?
Yeah, I think the hard part too is like typically you see it at a high school district, teachers are paid a little bit more. Like right now, there's teachers, kindergarten teachers in the Antioch districts are making more than our high school teachers. That's surprising to me. And I think it's hard, I came into negotiations a little bit late, but this summer when some of our senior leaderships get a 3.5% raise each of the next 3 years, so it compounds. And when I come in, we're offered 1. That's surprising. I'd like to say that we take care of our teachers and our classified staff first, and then management, we think it would take care of themselves last, and that's not the way it's been.
Were you surprised it was that low when you guys got the initial?
I'll be honest with you, I was completely shocked. I was almost appalled that he was even offered like that.
You guys negotiating next Tuesday. What are you kind of hoping happens? I mean, it's not always such one-to-one and immediate. So what are you hoping is the progress for next week, going to negotiations, if I may ask?
I think that teachers just want to feel valued. When you come with a 1% offer with some of the money sitting there, it doesn't make you feel very, very valued. And when you feel valued, you just want to give that much more effort to these kids. Some of us, as you probably know, I work a million jobs on campus. I'm always around the kids. I'm trying to help out the best I can, but it is deflating sometimes when you're not even offered at first even COLA.
Your thoughts on just how today went? Obviously, big turnout. It was like that 2 years ago as well. It just feels like a biannual thing at this point. What are you guys kind of hoping to achieve from the way the turnout today?
Well, what's different is that we're including the CSEA, which is the classified union members, and we're just starting to really make a point of making sure that people in the community know that the schools, like all of us, some custodians, the maintenance people, the teachers, counselors, all of us are working together. So we just wanted to unite together and just show that we're important, and we are we're the ones working with these students every day and making sure that they have a great education, that their wellness is handled and taken care of. And so anyway, that was the big difference in terms of all of us being together.
There seems to be this theme that the district doesn't look out for this district specifically doesn't look out for its teachers as well. It was kind of a thing last year, 2 years ago, when they tried to bring it to negotiation tables again. How tough is it to work in a district like this where you don't feel that kind of support, but then when you see other districts, Antioch seems to be the big example, where they're kind of matching the teachers' needs per se?
Yeah, it's actually tough. I taught at Antioch High School for 2 years before I came to the Liberty District, and there was a huge increase in salary at the moment I came to this campus, or this district. So now, seeing that we could potentially lose qualified educators and to our neighboring districts, that would, I understand why they would want to leave us, but I think that this is a great community. Brentwood's a fantastic town. I grew up in this town, and so I want our district to recognize that we need to keep these teachers and need these counselors and keep these, because Antioch's not that far. It's a really quick drive for people. So it's worth the fight. It's worth getting the district and the board to understand that we matter, and that that it's worth it.
And that's the one thing that when I was talking with John Hines, the AD from Liberty, he was mentioning is that sense of feeling valued, right? Is that the overall goal out of all this?
No. I mean, okay. It is and it isn't. Like, we want to be valued, of course, but the amount of what we're doing, what we want for students, is ultimately the biggest impact for our community. Class sizes, are big. They're huge. I know they say that it's 28 per average, but when you have a TS class with only a few, and then you have, all these math classes that are at 35, the kids just don't get back the feedback. Our counselors are overloaded. They have so many students that they got to check on, and it used to just be like grade checks and making sure they're ready for college, but now it's also the emotional part, the social emotional part of their job too. So that's also part of it. These kids deserve, to have a lot of resources provided to them, and so. It's not just us. We feel it. We are putting all of our hearts and our efforts into it as educators, but ultimately it's really about the community's kids. That's what this is about.